there's a fire again in Canada or, you know, California or wherever they're happening, to have clean air. Don't wait for the report, because even if something like that isn't happening, the air in our homes is 5 times more polluted than the air outside. So here's how you get that HEPA filtration. HEPA filtration. 3 stages, by the way. This is customer top rated. I cannot get over this price. Okay, first of all, it's half off of our QVC price. We're normally at $200, we're just at $100 here. But if you were to find this exact, oh, that is, yeah, here we go. That's why I got stuck for a second. I was like, wait a second, what am I talking about? What I was talking about was not matching what you were seeing. Now it does. Okay, so $140 off the retail. So we're always better here at QVC. We were $40 better than retail at our regular QVC price, but then we took $100 off of our QVC price. This is customer top rated, 4.8 stars, average out of 5 on an air purifier. So many people loved it. They came to QVC to talk about it, rave about it. There's 204 5-star reviews. Your item number is V56997, $20 to get it home. And we're gonna talk to Scott Hind again. We have one color, it's black and gray, easy, put it in a corner, and it's gonna suck in all that dirty air and then pour out the clean, clean air. I was shocked, Scott, when I started here at QVC, and I learned that the air inside on any given day,
yep,
fires or no fires, is 5 times more polluted than the air outside. That's shocking.
Well, it is, because you think about it, when you really break it down, okay, we've had all summer long, especially today, like you just saw me with the fan, it's 96 degrees outside. So we have all the windows closed up, we're circulating the same air over and over again, not to mention the stale air. It's the allergens, it's the dust, it's the pollen, but it's the odors too, because there's nowhere for it to go. And yeah, you've got a filter on your air conditioner, but it's not enough. It's not 3-stage HEPA filtration, where it's just a basic filter that kind of keeps out like pet hair and things like that. So you want to clean your air, but you want to do it powerfully and affordably. Boy, oh boy, did Bissell step up in that category. This is not a good QVC deal. This is a smoking QVC deal. I could not believe it. We debuted this a few weeks ago. When the price first came up, I about fell over dead. I was like, wait, what? Like I didn't even know, and it's insane. You are getting the little engine that acts like the big engine here, because it is really powerful and it is really, really quiet. But most importantly, it gets rid of 99.97% of the things you don't want in your air, the irritants, the allergens, the pollen, the dust, the dander, and the odors. It is powerful, it is compact, and it is really easy to use.
Now, with the filtration, 3 stages, are there 3 different filters that we would have to replace? How does that work?
Oh, sorry about that snap zoom there, guys. I apologize. I want to show you how it works. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this off, okay? And then the filters are replaceable. All HEPA filtration must be replaced. There is no such thing as HEPA filtration that is washable, because I'll show you why. So the first thing you have here is the large particle filter. So you see this little netting on the front of this filter? That's what keeps out the pet hair, the dander, all the bigger particles. Then you get to this stage right here. This is the true HEPA filtration, 99.97%. And then here's what's really great at the end is that you have a carbon filter. So you hear that shaking sound? All right, well, that's the carbon activated pellets that then take in the odor. So from cooking or smoke or the wildfires that have been plaguing us all summer long, this is what will clean that up. And then the nice thing is here is you have a giant, oversized fan, industrial-sized fan that really draws in the air. So you've got 5 different settings. You've got 3 different filters on the 3-stage HEPA filtration. And then basically the good rule of thumb is you'll want to replace these about every 6 months. You get the dust, the dander, all of that out of your home, and you're good to go.
Now, are there different levels? Like, I mean, as well, what we're seeing right now, those 3 levels.
Yep.
HEPA filtration is the gold standard. Like, that's the one you want. This one has 3 stages, which is amazing. And this price, like you said, I mean, we were already better than if you get this out at retail. It was $240 if you were out at retail. At QVC, we were at $2. So we're saving you $40. That's not nothing. We could have taken $20 off. We could have taken $30 more off, 40, 50. No, we took $100 more off. So compared to retail, you're saving 140. Compared to us, we're saving 100. We launched this earlier in August. We started with 5,200. We have 1,100 remaining. It is already customer top rated. I invite you to go to QVC.com and read some of the reviews because at least 200 of them are 5 stars. And it's 4.8 out of a 5-star, possible 5 stars, which is big. And that's something that you don't want to mess with. I mean, if you like a t-shirt and you love it and you come give it a great review, that's one thing. But we're talking about the air that we're breathing. It's like, what is it that's taking out of the air into those filters that is not going into your lungs, into your children's lungs, into your pet's lungs?
Yeah, you're exactly right, because that would be your filter, is your lungs. And now's the time to do it, because we've had the windows closed for months and it's circulating the stale air, the odor-filled air, the pollen, the dust, all that stuff. So that's no good. We want to get rid of that, but we will open up the windows for a few weeks here in the fall, right? But then the dust and all that's just going to come back in, then we close it for another 4 or 5 months for the winter. You need to get it now so you can clean it out, because it's so affordable. You can put one in every major room, every big room in the house, and really clean up the air, because you're getting true 3-stage HEPA filtration. And I believe we have a video from a previous airing of a smoke chamber that I had.
Yeah, let's look at
this. If we have that, I'll show that. If not, if we have it, great. If not, no problem.
Yeah, we have it.
You know, it's going to show you the power. Great. And what you're looking at is a smoke chamber. It's a sealed smoke chamber. Now, if there's that much smoke in your house, please call the fire department. Like, obviously, this is an extreme demonstration, but look what happened when I turned that on. And again, this is in a previous airing. What it does, because that fan is so powerful, it starts circulating that air really, really quick, really powerful, and that 3-stage HEPA filtration starts cleaning that out. And I don't have a timer on it, but that feels like less than 45 seconds to me. That entire chamber was cleared out. You can see it clear as day. The smoke is gone. So think what that'll do for the pollen, the pet dander, the dust, the allergens, the irritants, and the odors, because of that carbon filter. Yep.
Well, and you make a good point. That smoke is just to represent all of the things we can't see. But just because we can't see them doesn't mean we're not breathing them into our own filter, our lungs.
That's right. And you know, you cooked bacon 3 days ago. You love bacon. I love bacon. Obviously, I love bacon.
Yeah, I don't want to smell it 3 days later.
I don't need to smell it 3 days later. I don't want to smell salmon 3 days later. You want to eliminate those odors from cooking. You see, I'm here in my living room next to the fireplace. If you have a nice wooden fire going, sometimes they get a little smoky. It's all good. Real quick, if you don't mind, though, Terry, there's 2 things I'd like to read to you that I'm legally third-party tested allowed to say about this. One is the HEPA filter captures 99.97% of particles 0.3 microns and smaller when on lowest fan speed, helping remove airborne particles such as dust, pet dander, pollen, smoke from wildfires and from cooking. So we can really third-party test it, clinically, legally say it does that. This second one is going to be a bit of a mouthful, but stick with me. This is AHAM verified, tested to the AHAM standard of smoke CADR of 167. Scott, what does that mean? I get it. Everyone glazed over that. Here's what it means. This will filter in the air a 259 square foot room 4.8 times every hour. So think about that. In a 259 square foot room, so that's nearly a 20 by 10 room, it will change the air out 5 times in an hour. That is crazy. That's how powerful this is. And it's a sliding scale. The bigger the room, obviously, the fewer times. But still, that is insanely powerful.
But that doesn't mean...
So you're getting rid of all the irritants and the odors.
That doesn't mean these are only good for a room that's 259 square feet or whatever you said. But how big, like how many do I need to get? I'm saving $140 off retail. I might want to get more than one of these today. How many do I need? One per floor, or like if I have a great room,
I think
that room is good, and then I get another one for a bedroom?
Every major room in your home, every large room in your home, if you can do it, I mean, at this level of affordability, give it a shot. You know, I would urge you to go out and look at true HEPA 3-stage filtration at this size, this power, and this affordability. See if you can find it. I'd be shocked if you could. But yeah, if you have a great room, and then maybe somewhere near a kitchen or living room, and then maybe upstairs, whether it be in a hallway or a master bedroom, if you can do that. It's designed to really clean the air in any size room, but most we would say it works for is 1 to 2 rooms. So use that as a guide, and if you can get more than one, certainly I would urge you to, because you just love having that clean, fresh, crisp air throughout your home.
Yeah.
And again, most importantly, this is your filter, not these.
Not these. I'm gonna ask you to walk us through that 3-stage HEPA filtration system in just 1 second. But what I want to remind you is, this is it for the year. We started, what was it, like over 5,000 of these? 5,200 of them
like
about a month ago, not even. This is it for the year, and we have 1,100 left. This is one of those situations where, Scott, I remember you being so shocked because we had the second presentation of this, and it was right around the time of those California fires, and I was like, or no, there was another one around here or something, and I was like, everyone needs this. I actually had a filter in my dressing room that I took home that day because I was like, oh no, I didn't have one of these in my home. And so this is one of those situations, though, where we must have gotten a really good deal, because on this lot of the 5,200, when we could put something that's $240 out at retail at $199.99, basically $200, and then take $100 off of it. We don't have very many of those to go around, and this is it for the year. So now is the time to take advantage of this great deal that we got, that we are passing on to you. Even made better by the fact that we have Easy Pay here. So $20 to get this home. You have 30 days to return it if you need to. But like you said, take that time, look it up, see if you can get that true HEPA filtration for anywhere near this price. And if you can always return it and go with them. But you're probably not going to, and you're going to wish you got more than one. Because look at this HEPA filtration, 3 stages.
Yeah, and by the way, it's not from some fly-by-night company. This is Bissell.
Right.
I mean, holy smokes. And now you're thinking, okay, we know them for carpet cleaners or vacuums, but guess what? It's still air movement. They know how to effectively create air movement, create suction. So it's a natural fit for Bissell to have phenomenal 3-stage air filtration. So if we go here, what I'm going to do is just take off the front, okay? And what you're going to see is, I'll lay this here. This is the first of the 3 stages of the filtration, all right? So I'm going to pull this out, hang on. And then what you'll see is this right here is the first of the 3. It's the big particle. So you'll see a lot of the pet hair collect here. Could be the dander, the dust, that kind of stuff. You'll see that right away. Then what happens is, behind this little curtain, for lack of a better term, is the HEPA filter itself, true HEPA. Now, you're going to want to replace this probably every 6 months. But to be clear, all HEPA filters must be replaced. There is no such thing as HEPA that's washable, or HEPA that you can just use forever. All HEPA filtration has to be replaced. So this, I think it's 6 months is a pretty good average, and you're good to go. But then here's what I really love about it. Here's the 3rd stage, is this carbon filter. And then hear that as I shake it? Those are thousands and thousands of little carbon-activated pellets. That's what traps the odors. So it's not just the smoke, it's the smoke odors. It's not the pet dander, the pet odors. As my bulldog Dudley sits over in the hallway over there, he's asking me, what odors you're talking about, Daddy? There are odors, believe me.
We're talking about you,
but then right
bud.
here, sorry, pal, I love you, Duds, but that's the real answer. And then right here, this is a giant, oversized fan that really draws the air in. So it's the 3 stages. There's the carbon, and there's the HEPA, and then there's the big particle filter. Very, very easy to use, very, very easy to switch out should you need to. This clips right back on, and you're good to go. And this is how it works. So what happens is, the air in your home contains not only the stale odors, but airborne particles and irritants like dust, pollen, allergens. Smoke is in there, odors, and pet dander. Bissell's 3-stage HEPA filtration system simply and effectively removes those odors, as well as the allergens and the irritants. Here's how it works. The dirty air goes into the unit and enters the pre-filter, which helps remove larger particles. It then travels to the HEPA filter, which removes up to 99.97% of the particles, 0.3 microns and smaller, on the low speed. Then finally, it passes through the honeycomb-structured carbon filter with those thousands of little carbon pellets to getting rid of the odors and all that other stuff up to that true 3-stage HEPA filtration.
And here's another thing that I love about this. There's one button. You push it on, and it goes to work. There's no remote control, there's no different levels, right? It just senses.